Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2, the Cuban edition, where last episode, guys, we implemented our high-speed train line with a not-so-high-speed train because this is currently the fastest train we had when we built it. And that's because the year is currently 1964 and we're still waiting for those faster trains to become available. I think one did become available, but we built our first high-speed line, which runs from Havana over here, and it comes from the right set of platforms there. And as it comes out, and when the commuter line and cargo lines take a left to go towards Mats, we continue to go straight, where it then decides to bend all the way around, shoot over our beautiful bridge and our beautiful canal system all the way into Cologne, which is then ready to extend and continue further to new cities, which is what we're doing in today's episode. So what we're going to do, boys, we're going to extend and we're going to hopefully add on these next two cities first, a part of our commuter line, and then figure out which one we're going to connect our high-speed train to, and also how we're going to connect these two cities down here to these via our extended lines. It's going to get a little bit confusing, but hopefully we can figure it out today. So if you are enjoying this series so far, make sure you smash that like button down below, subscribe if you are new here so you get notified when more episodes do come out. Now, when it comes to money, we've kind of plateaued a little bit because last episode we focused heavily on building more infrastructure, which has kind of since reduced the profits. Also, I have since found that since my high-speed train line's been implemented, my commuter line is kind of on the verge of losing money, and that's because it no longer makes sense to travel the distance it currently does. So once we've got these new cities all connected up, we might need to kind of shorten down how many stops the commuter line does and then split it into two. And have our high-speed train line, basically be the fast forward of those lines. So these are the two cities we're going to focus on first, Santa Clara and Sancti Spiritus. And I think we're going to have the line come down. So if the line's coming down this way, Santa Clara's train station will be on this outer side on the left. And then Sancti Spiritus, pretty much the same again as well. So they're going to be on the left-hand sides, these stations. And what we need to eventually do is we've got Trinidad and we've got CN over here. We need to make another separate commuter line that goes from Trinidad through Sancti, through Santa, all the way down. So we're kind of be like a horseshoe line that will complement the existing commuter line and the high-speed line that comes through. So there's quite a few conflicting lines here we're going to have to play around with, but it should be pretty simple and also pretty exciting. So that horseshoe line will kind of just basically attach to the current commuter line. So, I want to replicate the train stations that don't have the high-speed rail like this. A 2, single, and a 2 with the cargo in the middle. And then the ones that do have the high-speed line, I'm going to do it like the same as this one, where it's 2, 1, 1, 2, but then 2 of the high-speed rail. Not so much like the Cologne one, which is a little bit OTT, but it'll work out nonetheless, guys. It will work out nonetheless. So I think I'm going to have the high-speed rail skip this station and actually stop at Sancti. Because the horseshoe line will go through Sancti anyway. That will collect them. The commuter line's going to run through anyway. And it needs to kind of push over because I need the distance for the high-speed train line to get up to speed, which it's what it needs to do. The faster it is, the more efficient it is. And it doesn't need to stop at every station, otherwise there's no point in having the small commuter line. So with that said, I have the high speed on the right, which will probably turn to go down this way. That's the shortcut. Okay, that makes sense. And the commuter lines go down this way. So this station here then will not have it. So let's start here first then, boys. This is going to be exciting. So let's first pause then because we're going to have to do a lot of destruction. And we'll use this main road here as being the focal point towards our station. Now, we have to destroy the city, but the city will grow back. Do not worry on that. Do not worry. It is a bit of a pain, but hey-ho. There's nothing much we can kind of do about this, I'm afraid. So trim all that off, and then we get this nice thin section to work with. We'll upgrade the roads here. And I don't know whether to turn that into the main through road, but then again, that's there. Ugh, I don't know. It's a bit of a tricky one. And we're going to build our train station. So we're in a new era right now where the train stations are starting to look a little bit different. And do I place it there or here? I feel like I should put it more centralized here and build and place you in. So that is the beginning of our train station right now. The terrain is all over the place here in Santa Clara. So let me first configure this to be exactly how I want it to be. So we're going to have 2 sets of train tracks. Right, and then we're going to have our platform set up. Very simple. I have another set of train tracks. And then I go back to my cargo platform. So it's a 2, a 1, a 1, a 2, if that makes sense. All right, there we go. And platform, I need normal passenger now. And then tracks, 2 sets for the passenger line and commuter lines. And then we end it with another set of platforms just there. Very good. So it's quite a big station, but that's the kind of the theme that I've been going with. It enables me to kind of sort stuff out. Now, obviously, I need to do the alignments, and we align it to the cargo station before we turn it, and I've been doing it by sticking 2 out. So if I just do all the miscellaneous stuff right now, like the underpasses, do them there, and then we'll do them there. We'll do the overhead stuff as well. And we've got a different style building to the original ones. As we progress through the years, the game gives us new styles that we can unlock. But we can use the global upgrade to upgrade them all anyway, if we want to change the style in the future. I'm not sure if I will, but, you know, there's always that possibility. So we'll try and replicate the buildings. It's this style here and here. And I don't know whether to kind of extend it a bit further, but I don't think I'm going to have... Oh, I can. And we might have the ability to, because the road layout is a bit funky at this point. And we are on a slight hill, so we're going to have to do some fine-tuning right now with the smoothie. So I don't like getting rid of, like, much of the landscape if I can help it. Like, if I've got to get rid of a complete hill, I don't ultimately like doing that. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Now, we're going to sort out the road, and we've got to sort out all the overpasses as well. But let me first focus on the tracks. Now, this is really elevated here compared to the road, and that's going to be a major issue for us moving forward. So we've got 4 tracks, and we kind of need to bend it around here. So if I was to, for example, bend you, and then I do a couple of bends going around, this will make sense in a minute. All right, I'm going to go to there. We're going to align it all to that slight bend here, which I think is going to be perfect. Now, it's quite high. Again, we're smoothing it all out. But it's almost aligned to the road, which is really good. And in theory, should push us in the right direction. So I might need to just trim this back a bit like there. And that is going to hopefully run in the right direction. So if I go about there, if I ran this straight, okay, not quite lining up to that. So let me get the most right-hand side. And that's going to eat in slightly, but that's unfortunately what we have to do. And could this... I'm not sure how I feel about that. What if I delete it back a bit more? And then we go for that alignment. Do you know what? That works. So I've got to run 4 going down this way, but let me get the most left-hand side here. So I know this is going to run out to a certain extent, so I'm just going to pull that to there. And do I keep that the height it is? It could mean that I build a tunnel instead. That could also work as to get to the other side. So we've got that alignment leading up. So if I now configure this and I delete the 2 extensions there. Very good, very good. So all this can now run in. And if I remember correctly, we do it where that goes to there, that goes to there, that goes to there, that goes to there. That pulls in pretty early. That pulls in pretty early. And let me just double check, because I could be wrong on this setup. So that pulls in pretty far down, actually. Okay, so let me redo that. You get more of of an elbow sticking out by the looks of it. There we go. There we go. And then we do our double slip system just here. So we've got the space to go nice and big. That's all good by me. And then we, yes, 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 and yes. Right, that's all we need to do in reality. That's all we need to do. It's quite simple, isn't it? Yeah, it is quite simple. So I've just now got to figure out then where we're bending this into. So that is going to be the most, you know... Oh, snap. I've deleted too much. What am I doing? I wasn't even paying attention to what I was actually deleting there. Right, bring you to there to extend you out. Right, there we go. We're back to where we was. That hasn't ruined my double slips, has it? No. Okay, we're all good. So the most outer side here is what connects up to there, but I want to see what it tries to do by default, as opposed to me maybe needing to kind of like bend it a bit more. So if I went to there and then chose that, I think I like that, where it swoops round. So we'll bring this then down, bring you then down, and then you then down. So we've got the 4 lines, the 2 middle are cargo, the 2 outers are the commuter line for the passengers. And then we've now got to run all this going down. We're going to do it in stages because sometimes the game likes to troll me and something negative can happen. Right, I like that it does cut into this because once I can kind of, smoothing it all out, it looks like we excavated it to implement the train line system. And where's that there? There we go. All the way down. Liking this a lot right now, boys. So you're in. You're in. You're in. Nice. So that's all taken care of. Yep. Is it all taken care of over here? I believe so. So that runs perfectly down there, which... we then need to sort out all the signal stuff. So let me just kind of go smoothie first. That's my first port of call right now. And just do it on the bits that look like the most exaggerated. You know what I mean? Let's just take care of these first. And just smoothing these back a bit. There we go. Run this all down. This is beautiful. Coming off the sides of this. So this is quite high here, so we got to be a little bit careful. And I'm pushing all this through as well. How does that look? I like the edge. I do like the edge. But I feel like it could be banked up a little bit higher for like support for the train. You don't want the land to... I know it doesn't happen in the game, but realistically, you don't want the land to shift with the speed and weight of the trains coming through. And then we just sort all this area out here. And you also don't want it too high on the one side, otherwise you get like landslides that end up putting dirt on the tracks. Right, there we go. There we go. There we go. So that's one extension there done. And that's glorious. Now, this doesn't entail the high-speed train. The high-speed train line could, in theory, because it's got to get down to here, we could make it kind of bypass that whole town and then end up into there. And that's what creates the shortcut route. That works out really well. Now, let me just do the signals here then to finalize these all off. So, obviously, we'll have the 2... right this side, And then obviously you have the two going left that way, which I'll put there and there. Just so once they get past there, the signals then work for the trains to then kind of like get out of here. Now, I might do auto-sig. I might not. Do you know what? Because it's quite long, I'm going to do an auto-sig right now. So yes. Yes. Which gets us to here, which I'll do there and there. Then the only thing with auto-sig is I don't like how like you've just seen there. Because one track's longer than the other. And you can tell that by then the staggered of the signals. Which does annoy me, but it is what it is at this point, okay? It is what it is. Look at the difference there. That's what annoys me with the auto-sig. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. It's not going to harm us. It's just going to annoy my OCD. That's all it's going to do. That's all it's going to do. Right, this next station then, we've got to figure out how this is going to kind of come in. So it looks like it's going to come down and then maybe then bend in. So just to avoid that industry, which I think placing between these 2 points there is the way to go. There is a slight hill and there's going to be a lot of destruction yet again to happen. So don't worry, guys. It will grow back, okay? It will grow back. I promise thee. I promise thee right now. Right, let's get this station in. And we're going to place that. Now, actually, where do I put this? Do I put it further down to allow for the bend? Or what? I'm not particularly too sure what the best outcome there would be. Because we've got to allow for the bend. The closer I pull it up there, the more. So I might actually move it down here. Also, it's a little bit further away from this slight hill. Could be a good idea, could not be a good idea. I don't know. Right, put the stuff on the ends there. And now we need to replicate all of this. Right, so going off what I've learned. Platforms. Keep this going. Tracks. We need to do one set of tracks here, which is pretty sweet. Platform, which is then cargo related. Oh, I've messed up there. How did I mess up so bad? Oh my goodness. Oh, I've gone completely out of it now. What's going on here, boys? Right, delete you. Platform, tracks. I wish I could save like a preset of a train station. And then it would just make it a lot easier for me to just drop in what I want. I hope Transport Fever 3 has that ability. That would be pretty nice, wouldn't it? Right. Keep it going, boys. Keep it going. Right, last platform here. Oh, wait, hold on. This is the train station that has high-speed rail. I've instantly forgotten what I'm doing. Right. So, in reality, I need to delete this. And I need 2 sets of tracks here. Because that set there is my high-speed set. That makes sense? And then I do my platform. And then I need to get rid of these 2. Which becomes my cargo platform. And then I've got to then do another normal platform. So it wasn't too much editing. Then 2 sets of train tracks. I was wondering why I picked this spot and why it felt so wide. And then I do my platform. So it's the same station I've just built previously. You got your 2, your 1, your 1, your 2, with an extra 2 for the high-speed rail. Yes, I kind of low-key forgot about that part. I really did. Now, the high-speed rail is obviously coming from there, and obviously it can turn to cut through to make its way in. So it kind of like goes around this and avoids it. Now, I will have issues with them bringing this line in to kind of bend in, but that needs to connect to this main line. So it could be a case of when it gets to the point where it crosses the high-speed rail, it either goes under or it's going to go over, or one of them is going to change. I don't know. Same with this. So if that's there, then that bends this way. So that will kind of run across. Okay, that's important for it to be on that side because it's going to avoid, the high-speed rail is going to avoid that city. It's going to stop there, avoid that, and its next stop will be here, which it will come down here, run this way to enter in, where the commuter line goes up to then come back down. That does make sense. Right. I know what I'm doing. Upgrade you to high speed. So we see the visual difference right now, so we know which is which. Great. Let me now just kind of configure this real quick, because I've got to add the 2 extra bits of track. So I know how we're getting into this. And then passenger buildings. You're there and there. You're there. You're there. And you're there. Right, I'm going to have to redo this road, unfortunately. It is what it is. It is what it is. And let me just delete that road going back slightly. And let's sort this all out. So we'll bring that to there. And I'll run this across. Now, we're going to get rid of that hill. Okay. It's going to run that... Ooh. Right, I know this city is going to grow back. So just deal with this for just a minute. This destruction. Just deal with it, guys. Deal with it right now. Right, running you through. Now, I'm going to get rid of you because you're not the right... You're technically not the right spacing. I've got to do an 88, if I'm not mistaken. And then run the 88 down. Because it's very important for our crisscrossies, okay? Very important for the crisscrossies. Right, smoothing all of this. Right now, smoothie around the train station, smoothie all of that. I don't like deleting and getting rid of, like, landscape, if I can help it. But it's for the greater good of the town. And if the town gets bigger, it means more passengers for me to transport, which means I make more money. Right, I know there's a few issues still. I still do road and stuff like that. But don't worry about that just yet. Don't worry about that just yet. Let me just finalize the train station so I know I'm done and I can then leave it alone. So I need the underpasses. I don't think those actually touch, do they? I think I might have the wrong buildings on this side. I think I've got the wrong buildings on this one side. I should have stayed with the normal size ones. Oops-a-daisy. Yeah, I think I did the wrong ones. That's fine. It doesn't really matter. If anything, it gives us larger capacity. Because them larger buildings hold more people. Alright, let's get through all this as quick as we can. Very good, very good. Very good. Right, these 2 cities that I've destroyed half them with, we'll sort out all the roads and the underpasses and the overpasses once I've got them all connected. So now I need to connect that line to this line. So I've got to figure out then a few little points first. So I'm going to bring this out just a tad and you out a tad. And then we're going to bend here because this will technically be the middle of it. So bring you to there, bring you to there. So by that logic, I then delete this. And then we are running another 2 lines either side. And then what we do is we run you into there, you into there, and then you come into there, you into there, you into there, and you're into here. Very good. And then we sort out the beautiful Chrissy Cross double slip system. Bam, 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 bam. All there, done. That's perfect. Right, run you up, run you up. So that's got to go round to come back down and in. So I am going to first initially run this going straight. And then we do the same on this side. So delete, 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 delete. And then run you to there. Run you to there. Sort this out then. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's how far I can take it before it ruins the gap there. Which is about there. And then double slip system. Nailing this right now. Everything is going to plan, which I'm loving. Where's the issues going to appear? Please don't be any issues. So let me just now get this 4-lane track system all the way down. Glorious. And then we're going to connect these guys up. So in reality, we want to kind of bend around while also maintaining a speed if possible to then run you in. And I think that works. That works. It avoids the industry. It goes round. Perfect. Absolutely perfect right now. So that's all set up. I just got to do the signals. So do I do the auto sig? I'm going to give it a go again. Right, we only get to here with the auto sig. So we'll push it back. Yeah, that's fine. That is fine. Completely fine. Completely fine. So that runs around and connects there. So that's glorious. We can be happy with that. We can be happy with it. So let's just now finalize the smoothie of the line. We'll then fix and sort out the roads. Okay. Come on, game. Do some smoothie, please. And then we'll then get the trains on the line and get them cities grown back again, because we have done a lot of destruction to them. So that's now all done. The commuter line now fully extends to these next two cities. So from these two cities, we're going to add a connection to this city. So the line comes up. So it'll probably come like this way around. And then connect onto the main line to go through, to then come through and then turn to then go down to there. So you got like a horseshoe as a separate commuter line. We'll do that next episode. I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Because we also need to figure out where the high-speed line is going to run, because that's going to interact with that, because the high-speed line also has to kind of go over this. So I think we'll bridge over the high-speed line in that area anyway. So that's all done. That's great. That's great. Let's just sort out the roads and how you get to either side and the road network on this side for this town. And then I think we're okay. So if I just initially... I can't even pull that through, but initially... No, still can't do it. Okay, I won't worry. No, I kind of do need a version of this. But I don't think I'm going to get it. Right, if I come off there... Right, it's here. So if I pick there and ran... Alright, I'm just trying to get my 90 degrees all lined up. Just getting my 90 degrees all lined up, boys. Right, I've got the wrong type of building on this station as well. So let me just do this one real quick. So it's got to be this station. Sorry, this building. Right, yes. Perfect. So if I pick a point now, which... Not that one. That runs through gloriously. And just making sure that we have got all the connections. Going slightly uphill, which is fine, I assume. Confirm. Run that going down. Confirm. Delete, delete. Now, if I pull this... If I pull this back by 88, because I've got to find the correct spacing for this all now. That then go... I'm not going to do the whole city, because I want them to also choose themselves where they want to go. But if I delete you, I could bridge it, but because this is higher, we're going to tunnel it instead. So, fine-tune the tunnel. Which I think there's only so far I can go before it doesn't make sense there anymore. Confirm that. Smoothie, smoothie. I've got one road connection leading over. And I think, do you reckon that's all I need for now? Because I know the town's going to grow weirdly because of this ridge, but I think we should keep it in because it will be kind of like a nice, interesting way to kind of visually see it all. So if I was to kind of, I don't want to build through it. That's the thing. I want to let the game decide how it wants to do it. But if I come off this by an 88, I know roughly that's where we're working here. Right, and then because I've got to come off the second row, so that goes to there, and then that goes here, and I can tunnel that as well. Right, fine tune that. I think there's fine, and then smoothie, smoothie. Now that goes up a big hill there, so you've got to be careful. So if that's like that, that next connection's about there to bring us in. Right, that just gives us access to this side for road vehicles. I'll let the city decide how it wants to grow. It's entirely up to how they want to do it. So for this, that is the point here, isn't it? Yeah. So I could either bridge it or tunnel it. I got two options. If it decides to bridge it, you can see the style of bridge. I'm going to keep... I like the old school bridge. But how high do I need to make it for it to make sense? I don't know if I'm going to get that. You know what I mean? Now, what's causing the issues here? Is it the land? It might be the land here. So let me smoothen off that land and then go again. And then bridge up. Yeah, that solves the issue with the normal bridge, which I can bring to there. That's perfect. So we got a bridge going directly over. And then bringing that road out. Deleting you. I'll wait until I've done the extension here before I build that bridge, because I need the space to do all the little sticky out bits and bendy bits. So at least we can access this area first anyway. That's more important. So with that said and done, I'm almost ready to go into play mode. But what I need to do is I need to now transform the commuter lines. Actually, I've got another issue. I think it's because of the connecting cities. Because this road doesn't connect. Right. We'll also try and get that to be linked to the bridge. Okay, that's now working fine. So yeah, the current commuter lines for the passenger trains, it goes from Pina del Rio all the way up to Colón right now, which I don't want it to do. It's a little bit too far and doesn't make sense. Now, I don't think they should when the next commuter line picks up, I don't know if it should kind of transfer those two lines at the same station as a high-speed train line. I'm not sure. Because if I went from there to there, it's only 3 cities. It's a bit too short. So if I extended it to 4 and got rid of the Cologne one, and then at the mats, the next one begins. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. But that will be a high-speed train commute unless I went 5 there because of how short it is. It's a tricky one. I don't know what to do for the best, but I think I'm going to take the Cologne stop off. So if I manage the line and Cologne, get rid of it and get rid of one of the mats. And I can keep it on that side because the other commuter line can start on the other side. And that's all I need it to do. Gets rid of one city, but more importantly, it means that it doesn't go to 2 stops on a high-speed line, this one. So mats have to either go this way or that way in the commuter line to get to a high-speed line. So there's always demand there for it. Now, I don't know whether that's too many trains. It probably is. But let me now just get the name of this town. And then Pina del Rio. Oh, damn it. Pina del Rio to Mats, okay? And then do another new line. So there, 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 to there. And then back again. And back to mats. So make it pink so it stands out. In mats, you're on 1 and 2. Very good, very good. And make sure it's on the correct sections here. So in Cologne, the first time it gets here, it needs to be on the right-hand side. So that will be for us. Is that 4 and 5? No, 3 and 4. And then the second time, it goes on to 7 and 8, right? Yeah, and more importantly, it's on the outer line. More importantly. Very good. So then when it gets to Santa Clara right now, the first time it is 1 and 2, right? And then the second time, it's 5 and 6. Which forces it to use the outer lines, except for here, because it's not guaranteed or doesn't know where it needs to go just yet. And then you will make you do... Oh, am I messing up here? I'm clicking on the wrong one, aren't I? It's... Oh, Sancti. Oh my goodness, I'm getting the wrong one, aren't I? Can't go to 1. Has to go to... It'll be 3 and 4, right? Yeah. And it's already predetermined to be on the outskirts line anyway. So that does exactly what I need it to do. Which is glorious. And I just want to double check. I haven't affected my other commuter line? No. So this goes from Sancti to Mats. So edit the name of this. So this is Matanzas to Sancti. Right? That's how... Yeah. Yes. That line is now all set up. So they crisscross in mats, which I think is better than crisscrossing at a high-speed line, because then it wouldn't need to go to the high-speed line. Kind of, maybe. I don't know. I'm still... The jury's out on this one. If you guys got any ideas, please let me know. And what I'm going to do... Which way is that train there going? That is a cargo train, right? No, it's a commuter train. I am going to put this... Oh, no, turn around. Sorry, wrong button. On the Mats to Sancti line. So there's one less train on that line. But what I'm going to do then is I'm going to manage the vehicles. And I'll duplicate. Oh, no depot found. Surely the depot can drive all the way. Oh, no, I've actually got rid of the depot because it can't do that turn. That's actually a really good point. But then again, I did have a depot here, but I just don't allow them to be able to cross over. Until now. Right, there we go. Where's that train? Now, we do need to review all these trains. I haven't forgotten. I'm going to put 4 in that line. It is... While there to there is that distance, would you say that's further? I don't know. I've put 4 in anyway. They're bigger cities. But then again, no, they're not. No, they're not. No. 4 might be too much over there as well. But let's fast forward anyway. Because a lot of them trains are going to get out of that station right now, which is just over here. I'm well aware that I need to change the engines and update those trains. I'm very, very aware of this. Very aware of this. Which then means I've got the green light to then think about building the high-speed rail route. Which I think what we'll do first is focus on sorting out how it runs in. So it's going to have to unfortunately delete some of that stuff. Because this then become the end route for now, I'll do the crisscross here. And it's going to have to go to the left, and it's going to have to go around some mountains. And it's going to cross over here. So I think what we do is we first figure out the crossing point. Which will be there. So if I confirm that, and then delete going up to the bridge. So that maintains a certain height. And we're going to have to maintain the height because we're going to have another commuter line coming from here, going underneath it. So we'll maintain the height for a while. Although that does look like it is dipping down. Right, I can't delete this because of a bridge pillar issue. Right, hold on, guys. Are you for real right now? Right, hold on. Something's not right here. No, I didn't mean to build it. I'm having a right nightmare. I'm having a right nightmare. Right, this is not how I want it to be, actually. It don't feel right, this. Let me put this back to normal. Apologies. Right, track constructions. Let me now just go across this in a beautiful setup right there. For my high-speed trains. And then that needs to meet me over here. So I need to bring this down to earth. So running that straight. So up and then over. And I've got to figure out where this bend is then taking place. So running that down. Alright, delete back a bit. Very good, very good. Now, it doesn't need to be... I don't need to worry about this bend because they're always accelerating or slowing down at this point. So this doesn't have to be a high-speed section. It does not need to be a high-speed section, that. We just need a nice gradient for them to gain the speed. They're going to go up and over, which we're going to have the train line come out this way. So I can instantly bring this back down to ground now. Right. So a nice solid bridge. Nice solid bridge right there for the high speed. I'm a big fan of that. And also having it as a bridge means I can still work with this area for the industrial stuff as well. I've got to bring this now coming diagonally down and then turning in. So if I pick a point, let's say I picked you. So that's coming off the end of you. End of that road, which I'm going to delete back. So we know it's running parallel to the road system. Ooh, there is a speed limit change there, isn't there? So that maintains the 300. We get hit with a slight tunnel. Alright. Soften all this off. Soften all that off, boys. Slight little tunnel there. Now, I want to see if I just go directly to this. What it attempt... Oh my... It tries to create the world's tallest bridge first. That's what it does first. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to delete this. All again. Because I now know there is... Right, go to there. And then from that point... Actually, from... Not that point, sorry. Let me go here. I'm going to drop that down. There is going to be a speed limit change. But we are slowing down. So confirm that. But I'm deleting all of this. Maps now requires fuel. I'm deleting that to there. So if I run directly like this, we get hit with the right gradients. It will be slowing down, but we are approaching the station. So it's just not going to be the speed you expect it to be. Oh, I don't like that. So yes, very, very, very dramatically slowing down. I don't like that either. Surely there could be a tunnel system here. I wonder if there is. I reckon there is here. There is a tunnel system I can implement. Which I'm going to go to this tunnel system over here. Yes. So, because I stretched it over quite a long distance, the gradient should thin itself out. And then the speed limit changes to pretty much just over the 200 mark. as we're coming to slow down anyway. And now we've got this nice entry point for the high speed. Alright, smoothing off where we can. Make it as nice as possible. Back and forth, back and forth. There we go, there we go. And then just here. Leading down. The high speed just completely avoids it. And off it goes. Great stuff. Great stuff. So that bridge is very important, by the way, because we're going to have to run a commuter line going underneath. I need to be able to access these farms here if I need to feed this with a bit more. Which, by the looks of it, I kind of do. There's wood over here. There's ore. There's all kinds of stuff that we could, you know, implement. Like more tobacco. I can run these tobacco plants coming down this way. So I need that bridge. It's very vital for the high speed line to be bridged up. So the high speed line has uninterrupted service. Now, with that said, my high speed line, right, can now change. So if I get rid of you, it comes on that one side, which is the right side. Then we add a station over here, which this one can have the ability to do both. And then go all the way back. Which that should be on number 2. Which I haven't added in the signals yet. So we don't need a crisscross there. So we don't need the crisscross here anymore, by the way. That can now go. Now let me do the signals to there. Very good. We now have super high speed, boys, which the trains aren't really high speed. I got to remember that because I'm waiting for newer ones. So that's really now, in this episode and the last episode, we've really transformed our rail network. We really have. The high speed line is now in. Now, there is parts where it's not high speed like here, but they're slowing down anyway. As long as once they get out there, it's high speed rail all the way to the point where they need to slow down again. That's good enough for me. Now, Sancti, Spiritus. Yes, they got hit hard with the charts, but they're about to go for a huge economical boom right now with what we've just implemented. Now, the high-speed train, I think I've only got one, right? I've only got one, yes. Actually does pretty well for profit. Let me see if we can manage this to be a different train altogether. So let me replace this. Now, multi-unit steam, no. Electric, ooh, we've got this bad boy, 220 kilometers an hour. I think we actually now have a real high-speed train. And is it electric? It is. 160 people. Let's replace this. It's expensive. How much a year do we run anyway? 3.3 million. Oh my goodness me, the expense on this is more than the income. But we go into a new city, greater distances. It should change everything for us. Let's replace. Now the issue we got is we couldn't really do it all because I'm going to assume not all of these lines are electric. So what's not electric right now? We are electric up until where? Aha. There we go. There's that one line on the platform. So let's view this new high-speed train, by the way. This can go up to 220 kilometers an hour. And it should have the acceleration as well, so let's fast forward. So it's already going faster than what the previous train was 139 before reaching the station. This was a lot faster with its small distance it had to travel. So it should go to its full speed right now of 220. So here it goes. It's instantly overtaken our commuter line. So we know it's high speed. We know it's high speed, boys. And now let's see how quickly it takes. So before the other what was we were classing the high speed train before did 139 kilometers at its top speed before it had to slow down. This, with the distance it's now traveling, it's going to get to 180, 190, 196 before it's had to slow down here. Wild, right? Absolutely wild. And now it's heading back. That was glorious. That was actually glorious. So 190... What is it? 109, was it 196 did I see there? I've already forgotten what it was. But let's see what this is now bringing him. Heading back. So when I get new trains with better acceleration, they'll go up to speed even quicker. But up and over. 180. 183 we got there. That is fast. Now, the original train that it overtook has only just got to this station, whereas that's got there and back quicker than that commuter train got to there. That's crazy. Now, going back now to Havana, which is a shorter distance than the one to Sancti, what speeds can they get up to this time? So it's already going faster than the previous train. There's a slight gradient we've now got to increase it by. But look at that, 180. 182, I think it just got to there before it had to slow down. Boys, we truly have high-speed rail. Now, hopefully, because of the longer distances, it can make more money to pay for its expenses. Isn't that glorious? We have transformed, boys, the Cuban transportation system. Still a lot of work to do. Don't get me wrong. Still a lot of work to do. It's now growing back, that town. How about Santa Clara? It took more of an industry hit, but that's now growing back. Exponentially as well. Nice. Nice, boys. The high-speed train's already back again. Let's go. So finances, okay, right. It's going to make more profit than it's expending. So that's good news for us. The high-speed line works. It really does. But what about the other lines? Are my commuter lines losing money? So the one commuter line's losing money. This is the one I got 4 trains on. I think I'm going to get rid of one of the trains. I know I need to change the trains on this. We'll get onto that at some point, but let's reduce that down to 3 trains. Now, as the cities get bigger, you'll see a difference. But also, the high-speed train's going to do a lot of the heavy lifting. But the fact that we make it skip a couple of cities here and there means the commuter trains have always got a purpose. So my Mexico cigar route over here is not looking too good. We're missing a lot of stuff. Oh my goodness me, the traffic is looking shocking. We're not getting us stuff sent over. I think that's because there's a gap between boats at the minute. They're all on the way. They're all on the way. But we might need to reevaluate what is actually going on. To San Cristobal. Oh, you want cigars as well. Is there only one vehicle on this? Yes. Do you know what? Actually, I think it's now time. Right, scrap that, guys. I think I originally set this up is so it had enough demand that I can eventually put a train on it. And I think that time has now come. Yeah, I think that time's now come. Oh, I didn't check this out. I did this last episode, didn't I? I didn't check out this out to see how this was getting on. But not bad. Not bad, boys. I think we'll end it for here anyway. We've done a lot of work today to get this all up and running. And all I've got to do right now is just wait for the towns to bounce back. And then we can then start thinking about setting up some more commuter lines. Sancti now wants alcohol, which is another customer. Very good, very good, very good. And that then makes that bridge for the high-speed train line more important, because I can then run, you know, cargo lines out, connect to the main cargo line to get to Cologne and Sancti Spiritus, because they want alcohol. It's worked out really well for us. Guys, we're going to end it here. I hope you did enjoy this. If you did, please smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.